So it's week 8 here in Tallahassee for the 2020 legislative session, and you'd think with only a week to go that we'd be winding down, but there are still so many things actively in play, and we have a lot of things to share with you today. We're going to start today talking about vacation rentals. In the Senate, the bill has stalled in its last committee of reference, Senate Rules, but that doesn't mean the bill is dead, because over in the House, the bill is ready to be heard on the floor, and there are several amendments that have been offered. None that we feel will be added or that will fundamentally change the current state of the bill. We expect the bill will pass off the House floor, and then we'll have to wait and see what the Senate decides to do. We will continue to track this issue and keep you updated on the state of this bill. Next, let's talk about the other hot topic of the week, and that is the E-Verify bill. These bills in both the House and the Senate are scheduled to be heard on the floor this week, and the expectation is that both bills will pass. Though there are currently some slight differences between the texts of the two bills, they are largely the same in function, and what they say is basically this: that you must, as a private employer, register and use E-Verify or another electronic employment verification system. So that says that you must use E-Verify or something very similar. It also includes protections for those employers who register and use the E-Verify system or another electronic employment verification system. As I said, we do expect that these bills will pass the House and the Senate, and this is a policy issue that is heavily favored by our governor, Ron DeSantis. We expect that he will receive the bill, and my guess is he would sign it very quickly because he has publicly espoused strong support for the adoption of E-Verify in Florida statute. I want to talk about another issue that I know that our industry is especially concerned about, and that is the tourism development tax. As we've shared with you earlier, there is a portion of the House tax package, that's House Bill 7097, that would expand the approved uses for tourist development dollars. It would say that tourism development dollars could be used for water quality improvement projects. There are also specific regulations that would dictate what could be done with tourism development revenues in Miami-Dade County. The Senate has yet to release its tax package, and they have not shown as of yet any theoretical support for a similar stance on TDT dollars. It remains to be seen what the Senate will choose to do with its tax package. We will keep you posted, and we will continue to encourage our legislators in both the House and the Senate to protect the use of TDT dollars and use them only to promote and market Florida's tourism industry. Now let's touch on a topic that has been high on all of our minds even since we closed last session in 2019, and that is the funding of Visit Florida. We continue to support full funding and reauthorization of Visit Florida. And it is our guess that this indeed will happen, but it remains a big question because this is one of the hot topics that are subject to budget negotiations. Now let's talk about budget for a minute. In a perfect world, next Friday, March 13th, would be the close of the 2020 legislative session. But we've heard from both the House and the Senate that they do not expect that they will gavel out on that day. And the sole reason is because they have yet to reach accord on the budget. There are a few issues at play: healthcare, tourism funding, and even there's talk of a potential deal on gaming, which is a perennial issue for the Florida legislature. With all of these issues up in the air and agreement not yet reached, they will likely extend for a few days. It's likely we won't know where Visit Florida ends up until we hear more about what the Senate and the House may agree to for the 2020 budget. We will continue to keep you updated on the progress and development of these issues. As always, if you have any questions, we encourage you to contact us here at FRLA. And don't forget to follow us online at frla.org or on social media. We continue to look out for everything that impacts the tourism industry during the legislative session, and it is our pleasure to represent you in front of the Florida legislature.